So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make darts out of nails, and I'm going to show you how to rig a slingshot or modify the bands to shoot these darts. These are very, very effective. Um, these are going to work great in a survival situation where you got to hunt small game. You could carry a lot of these versus carrying arrows. These will fit in a pocket. So basically, I just bought these nails from a hardware store, and I'll put a little picture or a little annotation of the size and what brand it is. This is all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your nail, you're gonna get it something like an anvil, or in this case I have a 5 pound weight. You're gonna take your nail and you're just gonna hammer the tip over and over again till you basically flatten it out into something like this. I mean, if you look at it, it looks just like a broadhead dart that you would find like on a blowgun. Now, the important part is when you're hammering it out, see if we get it to focus a little, you're going to want to have a little bit of a hump. Every time you hammer these out, they're always going to come up different unless you hit a certain spot. It's just going to take some practice. I mean, you're not going to get the best sometimes, but they all work out. I mean, I'll show you some examples of some darts that I made. Once you have it all hammered out, you're going to want to grind out your barb. And to do that, you're just going to get a Dremel. I recommend a Dremel. It's a lot quicker, or you could use hand files. And you're just going to you're going to make a vertical cut right here, or horizontal, whatever you want to call it. You're going to make a little cut, and then you're just going to remove metal until you get this little barb. I mean, I'm not going to post up any video right now of me making these because it's easy. It's very simple. I mean, you can't mess it up. And if you do, you got, 39 other nails that you can mess with. So once you get everything grinded out, it's very important that you test fire it before you start sharpening it. You're going to want to make sure that it releases properly. Um, you don't want to make your dart, sharpen it all up, and then have your hook wrong, and then when you go to fire it, it comes back and hits you in the hand, because that can happen if you don't get this shape right, this little barb. So please make sure you wear thick gloves and eye protection whenever you're test firing these. All right, so once you figured out, it releases good and you're confident, you're gonna need to make fletchings. And all I did was I just got some strips of duct tape and I just put them on here, and then I got another piece of duct tape and I just wrapped it very tight. The tighter the better. And that's it. I mean, if you don't have duct tape on hand, you could use, another type of cordage, nylon rope, or just whatever you have on hand. Just test and play around with it. And that's how you make the dart. Now, to modify the bands is even simpler. So I'll show you my bands that I have here. I just got a piece of dummy paracord, which is, it's a little bit smaller than a 550 cord. I think this has like a breaking strength of 150 pounds versus, 550 pounds. And you're gonna get a piece. Um, there's really no specific measurement. Just test it out and see what works for you. You're gonna tie a knot on each end. You're gonna snip off the excess and then just, melt the end and press it into the knot, just like that, so it doesn't come out. Once you've done that, You're going to get your needle nose pliers. You're going to dip these in rubbing alcohol or water, whatever. And then you're just going to insert the ends into your tube. Get it as far in as you can, and then you're just going to open them up, and you're going to notice that the inside stretches. You're going to take one end, and you're just going to push it down in there. You're going to force it in there, and then you're going to pull your plier out. And then you're going to notice that your knot's going to be in about like that much, and that's what you want. Once you have your knot in, you're going to have to secure the end with either some cordage. You could use fishing line. You know, the inner strand of a paracord will work. I find that zip tie works excellent. Show you again my bands. Um, I just put some zip ties at the end, and so when the dart is placed in and you pull, it's not going anywhere. You know, after you zip tie 'em, make sure you give this a good test. Really, just really yank on it as hard as you can. Pull these bands back as far as you can, and make sure that these don't slip out. Also, I recommend going smaller on the zip ties. These are just what I had on hand. They work, but I did notice that when you're firing your dart, and if both of these are kind of facing each other, the dart can hit it and it'll throw it off target, or your dart can come back and hit you. So be very careful. Um, that's about it. I mean, one more example of just how this works. You know, you're gonna take your dart, and you're gonna see that it hooks in on your band. You're gonna just stretch, pull, and then it's gonna release out. Very simple. And I got the idea from I was looking at blowguns, and I live in California. You can't have blowguns, which is stupid. And I wanted to figure out a way to shoot blowgun darts from a slingshot. So I did a little searching on the internet, and I found a few videos of Filipino kids firing these darts, which are way bigger nails. I mean, they're a lot thicker. They're pretty big. Um, from broom handles, you know, a single broom handle, maybe something even this right here. Just think of a piece of wood, a big long band, and then just think of this band attached to this handle, and this rope right here being like a key ring or a fence post, and they hook those darts in and they fire them like that, one-handed. I mean, very ballsy, very crazy. I seen that and I was like, no way am I going to do that. But in the Philippines, it's very popular. They call it a pana. Um, gangs in the Philippines shoot way bigger darts than these at each other every day and like kill each other. There's even a video of a guy. They're also popular in India. This guy got hit in the head with one, and I mean it's nasty. That barb, man, does damage. So when you're making these and you're testing them out and you're practicing maybe in your backyard, just use extreme caution. Please don't shoot these at animals and needlessly kill animals just to do it, just to see it. I mean, only use this in an emergency situation, and maybe as like a hobby. You're gonna want to practice shooting these. There is a little learning curve. If you don't release it just right, or if that hook isn't just right, it can come back and hit you. Mainly the hand that you're holding your slingshot in, it could come back and bam. So, like I said earlier, wear eye protection, wear some heavy gloves, and just practice, practice, practice. And just experiment with, different grinds, different shape of the head. You know, I'll show you my very first dart that I made. This is my very, very first one. I don't know if you can see that real good or not, but I mean, it looks nothing like this one. I mean, the head is smaller and everything. but it just takes practice. One more tip is you do not want to go smaller than this nail. Um, it's just not going to work. There's not going to be enough metal to grind down a hook. I mean, maybe you could go smaller if you go smaller on your cordage. Maybe like some fishing line, but I don't recommend that. The rule is this is probably the smallest nail I would go, and you could actually go up bigger. Um, I haven't shot this with those black power bands yet. Kind of worried about that, but I don't know. That's probably a later video. Um, I'll just keep you guys posted. I'll make another video if I'm probably gonna modify a wrist rocket and try that out. Right now, I just have this very like homemade slingshot that bolts onto a fishing kit. Well, if you like this video, subscribe, like, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.